Está bien. ¿A qué hora presentas? ¿En las 10 horas?
Sì, tre, sì.
No, está bien. ¿Tienes un vídeo dentro de la presentación? Dentro de la presentación.
La estación.
Aquí tens, al final què?
Bueno, si el tens, no el tinc jo ara,
Anat bé al final?
Té saturació, no. Ara he trobat una aplicació que permet, en teoria, controlar el micròfon, però hauria de provar-ho. Hauria de provar, si em pots posar alguna cosa aquí que soni?
Sí, ara t'ho posaré. Ja, ara començarà, segurament. Música. Sí, perfecto. Aquí está, es aquí, ¿no? Es las 10:50, ¿verdad? Sí. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal?
¿Necesitáis esto? Or this?
This is mine. I just placed it here for my notes.
I have only this presentation, eh?
This isn't mine.
Okay.
So
Do you need a connect?
no, I would.
Perfect.
I would just like to ask you to copy them over, but I handed them in. So
What is this?
the first one, PDF or PowerPoint. Choose what you like or what.
Maybe. See, it's okay. This.
Sorry for the PowerPoint. It's the most bottom one. So the last
This.
one.
Okay. put it here in the Kaltura. This. Do you need sound? No.
Sorry?
For
Just a USB. I don't need any sound.
okay.
I think
Okay.
I think this works.
Do you need a microphone? This?
Yes.
Are you one of those people who goes beyond words? Do you feel like taking part in a real
Vale, lo dejo así. Lo pasamos para atrás y ya está. Mira. Vale, gracias.
Estamos en ello. Sí, sí. ¿Dónde vas a dejar las cosas para dejar esto? Me pesa un montón, ¿no?
No. The thing is that to use your PC, you have to close that graphic. So for the next presentation, then it's a bit about it.
Is this Spanish one? Is this the Spanish one or is this the English one?
In English or Spanish?
Spanish and English.
I think that
Just yes.
No hay ninguna manera.
For all the rules. You have to speak with the organizer. Yeah. I'll call you for a second. Let me try to fix the keyboard thing.
Sure. Thank you. I'll come back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
Good.
Nada, o sea, hay que salir como ahí con la palabra.
A todos igual. ¿Dónde tenéis las?
Channel 1 and 2.
Ok.
Yo le doy
Y tú le das el vídeo.
Hola Juan, ¿cómo lo ves? ¿Bien? Vale. Bueno, buenos días. Vamos a empezar la charla de Youthful Good, que es un proyecto que estamos haciendo junto con la Fundación Vodafone, que está aquí Gloria, que os va a explicar, y Ramón de Before Get y yo mismo de 3 y Pool. Espero que lo encontréis interesante hasta ahora.
Hola, muy buenos días a todos y a todas. Soy Gloria Placer, represento aquí la Fundación Vodafone y os vamos a presentar uno de los proyectos que hemos lanzado este año de la mano de 3 y de Before Get. Como una imagen vale más que 1000 palabras, os vamos a poner un vídeo sobre lo que es la propuesta y luego ya entramos en profundidad.
Are you one of those people who goes beyond words? Do you feel like taking part in a real transformation and getting involved in order to change the world's direction? If you are between 14 and 25 and you are fearless and passionate, we are looking for you. The Vodafone Foundation presents Youthful Good, an online community for restless young people where you can find quality content related to social initiatives and establish bonds with other people who share your interests. But above all, Youthful Good is that meeting place where you can contribute your best ideas to solve specific problems, helping create a more sustainable world. A a world in which being an agent of change is worth the effort, where your commitment and your social involvement make an impact and help you to achieve real development on your professional path. From the Vodafone Foundation, we want to support you in this process of personal growth, helping you to improve your employability through volunteering, training, and certifying your experience. To do this, we build alliances with different organizations, schools, and universities, mobilizing the corporate environment to give visibility to the values that are key to building a sustainable future. Because in this exciting digital era, people are still the most valuable asset. And through solidarity and networking, true personal and professional development can be achieved to help us face the future. Be bold and change the world your way. Come join us. We are ready to listen.
En Youthful Good estamos creando una comunidad de jóvenes que quieren transformar el mundo a través de la acción social. Esto no es mío. ¿En qué consiste? ¿En qué consiste Youthful Good? Bueno, Youthful Good pretende ser una comunidad en la que los jóvenes actúen, se conecten y sean capaces de crear proyectos de impacto social o de emprendimiento social. Esa actuación la estamos centrando fundamentalmente en la realización de itinerarios formativos que les permitan adquirir las habilidades que son necesarias para este contexto de transformación digital en el que nos encontramos ahora mismo inmersos, y al mismo tiempo lo que estamos incorporando es un proceso de certificación de las competencias y de las habilidades adquiridas en este proceso formativo. Por otro lado, a través de la plataforma lo que pretendemos es conectar a jóvenes que comparten intereses, que quieren enrolarse en proyectos de acción social en los que comparten los fines, que tienen intereses comunes, y por último lo que les estamos dando es la vía para crear sus propios proyectos y para que trabajen de una forma colaborativa en equipo. Nuestros planes son en que hasta el 31 de marzo del próximo año 2020 1000 jóvenes pasen por la plataforma y puedan erigirse o convertirse en agentes de cambio. Y la plataforma lo que les permitirá es acompañarles en este proceso en el momento en el que ellos se encuentren. ¿Cuáles son los programas que tenemos en marcha dentro de esta comunidad Youthful Good? Tenemos programas divididos en dos líneas de trabajo. Por un lado, los que les permiten crear soluciones reales para cambiar el mundo real, que son Propon tu reto, los Hackathons online y el Project Lab, y por otros programas o un programa que les permiten construir lo que hemos denominado su currículum social como agentes de cambio, que es el curso de agente de cambio social online. Las líneas de trabajo en las que les permitimos crear soluciones están todas interconectadas entre sí. En realidad, todos los jóvenes que se acerquen a la plataforma empiezan su proceso de erigirse en agentes de cambio proponiendo un reto, ¿no? Y nosotros les enseñamos, les damos píldoras, una píldora formativa muy sencillita para que sean capaces de ese reto, de esa idea, de ese problema que tienen identificados, en concretarla en apenas 240 caracteres, que además empiezan por cómo podría, de una forma como muy sintética. El siguiente paso es que sobre todo los retos que se van subiendo los jóvenes en la comunidad, lo que hacemos es articular o bien hackatones online en que sobre un reto muy concreto que además ataca o trata de abordar una serie de objetivos de desarrollo sostenible perfectamente identificados, los chavales, los chicos y las chicas se pasan 48 horas en la plataforma guiándolas en un proceso, en un itinerario formativo que les permite encontrar y proponer una solución o dar la solución que ellos propondrían a ese reto. También de esos retos que la comunidad va generando de forma espontánea y de forma continua a lo largo de todo el tiempo, de todo el año, lo que hacemos es seleccionar una serie de proyectos que van a ser articulados en ese Project Lab. El Project Lab, os lo contaré un poco más tarde, pero lo que estamos haciendo es enmarcarlo en una colaboración con entidades educativas, con universidades y con coles para que aquellos chavales, aquellos niños y niñas que han propuesto un reto sean capaces de transformarlo en un proceso, en un proyecto de emprendimiento social. Aquí, bueno, yo no sé si os recibiréis luego la presentación, pero lo que tratamos de explicar es un poco estas 3 líneas de trabajo. En Propon tu reto, como os decía, lo que hacemos es tratar de enseñarles a concretar y un problema resumirlo en un reto muy concreto de 240 caracteres. El hackathon online, lo que os comentaba, son 48 horas de trabajo intensivo y guiado a través de la plataforma online para que lleguen a dar una solución a ese problema que nosotros planteamos y lanzamos a la comunidad. Y en el Project Lab, alineado con los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible y sobre esta plataforma Moodle, lo que hacemos es un itinerario de 5 semanas de trabajo bastante intensa en la que, de una forma colaborativa, los equipos eligen y proponen su propio reto y son capaces de transformarlo en un proyecto de emprendimiento social. Por último, el cómo potenciar el currículum social. Desde la Fundación Vodafone hemos llegado a la conclusión de que las 4 competencias o 4 más 1 que veremos más adelante, que son imprescindibles para desarrollarnos como personas y como ciudadanos de total capacidad en esta sociedad digital en la que estamos inmersos, la mejor forma para desarrollarlas y para aterrizarlas y para adquirirlas es a través de la acción social y el voluntariado o el emprendimiento social. Entonces, lo que ofrecemos, además, y hemos llegado a un acuerdo con nuestros equipos de recursos humanos de Vodafone, es que esto no se quede solamente en un propósito, sino que sean incorporados en los procesos de selección de todos los profesionales que se van a incorporar en un momento determinado en las grandes compañías y como puede ser Vodafone. El curso de agente social lo que trata es de que los chicos y las chicas tomen conciencia de ese proceso de aprendizaje que han realizado haciendo una acción social o un trabajo de voluntariado o un proyecto de emprendimiento social, lo pongan en valor y les ayudemos a construir su marca, a construir su currículum social. Lo que haremos es emitirles un certificado blockchain que podrán subir a sus perfiles sociales, ¿no?, a sus redes sociales, incorporarlo a su currículum, y además les ayudaremos a cómo poner y ir construyendo su marca personal en las redes sociales, porque el mundo en el que vivimos es un mundo conectado, un mundo de redes sociales. Entonces, este itinerario o este curso de agente social se desarrolla en la plataforma Moodle, tiene una duración de 5 semanas con una dedicación de al menos 1 hora a la semana. Hay mentorías y tutorías todas las semanas, webinars, contenidos muy curados en este proceso de aprendizaje, ¿no?, para que los chicos y las chicas, bueno, pues al final del día puedan ser conscientes y conocedores de las competencias que han adquirido. ¿Cuáles son los objetivos de Youthful Good? Un poco lo que os comentaba antes. Somos conscientes o creemos o partimos de la convicción de que las competencias del siglo XXI, esas 4 competencias de colaboración, pensamiento crítico, pensamiento creativo y comunicación, son básicas en el mundo en el que nos vamos a enfrentar. Y además nosotros añadimos el compromiso social como una de las competencias que más nos va a distinguir de los demás y que nos va a poner en valor en un entorno real y en un entorno profesional. Los objetivos de Youthful Good es una metodología basada en un aprendizaje basado en retos. Frente a otras alternativas, creemos que los retos y el cómo se estructura el conocimiento, el enfrentarse a lo imprevisto, a lo no siempre bien definido que nos da los retos, es la mejor plataforma de aprendizaje. Creemos que además el trabajo debe ser un trabajo colaborativo, un trabajo en equipo. Ya nadie trabaja en la soledad de su casa. Lo que aportamos a través de la plataforma son herramientas de gestión y de orden de las tareas para que al final del día los equipos que se constituyan y los equipos que trabajen dentro de la plataforma sean equipos de alto rendimiento y que adquieran las habilidades y las competencias que en los entornos profesionales ahora mismo se están demandando. Y además estamos conscientes de que la importancia de un liderazgo rotativo, del autoliderazgo, de un liderazgo diferente, no basado en el conocimiento, una autoritas que como había en el pasado, sino en otras formas de trabajar. Todos estos objetivos se impregnan en todas y cada una de las píldoras formativas que corren en la plataforma. Y para contaros los intríngulis de la plataforma Moodle, mi compañero Ramón continúa.
Bien, yo también acabo, ¿no? O sea, al final, ¿por qué Moodle? Pues podemos hablar, ¿no? ¿Por qué Moodle? Pues un software abierto, software libre. ¿Por qué Moodle? Pues porque nos permitía empezar a trabajar toda esta parte colaborativa, trabajarlo en la nube, ¿no? Sigamos los dos, porque lo escuchen un poco. Vale, pero
bueno, también porque la visión de Moodle y la plataforma también, el tema del open source también encaja mucho en el proyecto.
Cuando hablamos de trabajo cooperativo, pues ¿en qué nos basamos? Pues en cuatro puntos clave, ¿no? Interdependencia positiva, ¿no? Entonces, cuando nosotros montamos los equipos de trabajo cooperativo, Moodle nos permite, aparte de darles un seguimiento, explicar que es más importante que el equipo llegue al final que uno solo. Así que nuestro sistema de rúbricas, que Moodle también nos lo permite montar, está para valorar al equipo y para valorar al individuo. Así que si alguien no hace la tarea individualmente, resta al equipo. Y ahí es donde estamos empezando a trabajar este cooperativo y que entiendan entre ellos esta interdependencia positiva, ¿no? Trabajo individual versus las responsabilidades de todo el equipo es trabajo individual. Ponemos unas normas y además de todo esto hay tutorización a pares. O sea, la plataforma de Moodle también nos permite que esa tutorización entre los alumnos esté a pares y se vaya dando entre ellos. Nos acercamos a los centros educativos y a las universidades y nos dimos cuenta del gap y que nos ha pedido el profesorado para acercarnos con estas nuevas metodologías y llevarlo. Y pues una plataforma con estas características nos permite llegar a entornos que no podríamos llegar por Drive y en formato colaborativo. A partir de aquí también trabajamos mucho en la parte de foros y hemos integrado dos herramientas como Trello y Drive, como hemos dicho, ¿no? Trello no sé si lo conocéis, pero es para la gestión de proyectos y lo que les estamos llevando es un formato real de llevar a todo tu equipo y trabajar con metodologías a día de hoy totalmente actualizadas. La parte de blockchain nos basamos con Incredible, integrado directamente en Moodle, y lo que estamos creando además del título son estas insignias. Pero todo esto ya creemos que es un currículum social, un e-portfolio que se va integrando durante tu vida y que no nos tengan que pedir a Fundación Vodafone 5 años después dónde está mi título, ¿no? Sino que todo está en Moodle integrado. Y bueno, al final es lo que les decimos, cambia el mundo a tu manera, porque todo empieza por un reto, tú defines el reto, tú aquí tienes la plataforma, hemos detectado que lo que impide que sigan siendo agentes de cambio es la soledad, así que vamos a conectarlos, le vamos a dar esta oportunidad y vamos a darles itinerarios formativos diseñados con su lenguaje y con al mismo tiempo una base pedagógica que venimos hablando del siglo XX, Paulo Freire y demás, que no nos vamos a inventar nada y que gracias a una plataforma. Yo creo que hay dos socios clave, ¿no? Moodle y Vodafone, que son una plataforma que permite integrarlo, pero con una conexión que te permite estar llegando y hacerlo esto más cercano. Desde aquí siempre les decimos, empezamos. Yo no sé si Pau quieres decir algo más de esta parte Moodle. ¿Sí?
Bueno, si alguien tiene alguna pregunta.
¿Alguna pregunta abrimos?
¿Ahí?
Venga, hola.
No hay micro, tendrás que...
Sí que hay un micro.
sí que hay un
¿Yo puedo ir a por
Bueno, no sé si... Bueno, me encanta el proyecto, ¿eh?
Sí.
De verdad que sí. No, solo quería que me... ¿Sabes cómo podéis hacer 5 céntimos de cómo hacéis el enlace con blockchain? Con la certificación, ¿cómo se hace?
Se conecta a través de la Credible.
Sí.
O sea, es...
Bueno, es que no lo sé. No sé si hay alguien más que lo desconoce, ¿no? Y para explicar esa parte que me parece súper interesante, porque todos buscamos la certificación también, ¿verdad?
Pero es a través de un servicio que te permite conectarlo con Incredible y hemos hecho una pequeña conexión entre Moodle y el servicio este, ya está.
Vale, ¿y la plataforma que se utiliza para ello?
¿La plataforma?
Sí, no.
¿En
¿Cómo
qué
se hace?
sentido?
Quiero decir, cuando haces el enlace, ¿utilizas este programa?
Bueno, no, es que es un servicio web directamente, no entiendo
es un
la...
servicio web, ¿no?
Sí.
Eso.
Sí, está ahí.
Pero ¿está integrado con Moodle o ustedes desarrollaron algo para conectarlo? Creo que...
Lo desarrollamos.
Ah, ahí va.
Sí.
Claro.
¿Y es posible acceder a ese desarrollo de alguna manera para utilizarlo en otra plataforma? Moodle.
Gran pregunta. Sí.
Ya. No,
Bien.
en principio, sí. No habría ningún problema. A ver, luego afuera hablamos y explico los detalles.
Muy bien, muchas gracias.
Nada, a vosotros, la verdad.
Gracias.
BigBlueButton, ¿no? So now we have the BigBlueButton guys, Blindside Networks. Jesús.
No sé. Yeah. So, do we start now? Or
Los que hablan español, el sistema de traducción, si no entendéis inglés, se coge en donde la escalera.
how many people do we have here who speak Spanish? Majority. And English, or wow, it's a fair amount of, we have a balance here. Okay, I can try to do both, although I will be more focused on the English part.
There's instant translation receivers by the stairs. Anyone that needs it, channel 1, channel 2 for this room. Okay? If you want to hear it in Spanish, it's 1, English 2, or vice
Either way, yeah. How many people here speak only Spanish? Only Spanish, no English at all? Oh, everybody speaks English. Okay, let's do it in English. I'll give a few more seconds to, there's more people coming.
So you can start now.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everybody here for being with us. I hope you are enjoying this mood, this global MoodleMoot. We are. So hopefully we're gonna have a good experience for the rest of the mood. So this presentation is more focused when we divide. We're BigBlueButton, or part of the BigBlueButton team, and we divide this conference or presentation into this portion is more focused on the integration, which is the plugin for Moodle. And tomorrow, Fred Dixon, CEO of the company, who is right here with us, CEO of Blindside Networks, and also the product manager of BigBlueButton itself, will be presenting all the details, the bells and whistles that we have in BigBlueButton. So let me introduce myself. I'm Jesus Federico. I'm a senior developer and also product and services sort of director at Blindside Networks. So I'm managing the integration with third-party applications. BigBlueButton is one of them. I've been working with BigBlueButton for 10 years now, well, 9, almost 10. So pretty familiar with what we are building here. Just in one slide, how many of you have never heard about BigBlueButton before? Oh, we have we have 1, 2, couple. Okay. And how many of you have never used or have heard but never used BigBlueButton? Oh, there are, okay. I'm gonna focus on that. Again, I'm not gonna cover BigBlueButton itself, not much, but still, I'm gonna give a quick overview of what BigBlueButton is. So BigBlueButton is an open source web conferencing system for teaching online. It's virtual classrooms. So we're focused on education. We're trying to bring this tool mainly for teachers, for education. And as Blindside Networks, well, we are the company, one of the companies, the company that started the BigBlueButton project, but also right now, one of the main sponsors of this project. We're not alone. This is a nice and big community among us. This picture was taken in the last summit that we did in Ottawa, Canada. Blindside Networks is based in Canada. But we have a number of other developers collaborating with us around the world, mainly in Brazil, have some others in Tunisia, in the US, and Ecuador, and so on. So BigBlueButton this is pretty much what BigBlueButton looks like once you get there. As I say, the main focus is to have collaboration. So what we have is an area through a browser. You can have access to an area with where you share your slides, you share your webcam, you have audio, you have chat, you have desktop sharing, you can have polls, you can have breakout rooms, and a bunch of other features. As I say, we're gonna discuss more tomorrow. So this is a view, I say, in a browser. The previous one was on a desktop computer, but this is also taken from an iPhone, which means that it's mobile friendly. You can use it on your mobile. I hope that this is one of the questions you have, and I hope that this is covered. We're really proud that the newest version, which is 2.2, is pure HTML5. We were fighting for the last couple of years on trying to get this version out. Well, it's there. The previous version, nothing wrong with that. It helped us, as I say. BigBlueButton has been out for about 10 years. So we were using Flash. Flash has died. And long life to HTML5. Here we are. So our focus is on integration, engagement, and analytics. That's the motto for BigBlueButton, for the BigBlueButton project, and also for the company. In this case, talking about integrations, what I want to show you is that we have one of the most downloaded plugins in the Moodle plugin database. The BigBlueButton VM plugin, which, by the way, you can download there, and it comes pre-configured for using one of our servers for free. It's actually the 6th more downloaded plugin. That changed every month. So I just checked this morning, it's the 6th one right now. I think, I cannot read it from here, but one of them was displaced to a next space. So we have, those are the servers that are using BigBlueButton deployments. And there is a version for every one of you. You can find, no matter what, we have been supporting Moodle for 8 years, almost 9 years now. So you will find a version of the plugin since Moodle 1.9 up to day 3.8. Hopefully no one here is using 1.9, but if you do, well, it's right there. So we have a bunch of batches there, a couple that we're missing. One of them is the mobile. Hopefully Juan is gonna listen to us and do the thing there. The plugin supports is probably one of the first integrations that supports the app. That was done like time ago, but we never applied for the. To be fair, we never applied for the badge. So we have been supporting these for a number of versions of Moodle. And the other thing is we have been part of Moodle Cloud since 2015. And I always say here, if you don't have a Moodle server and you want to try BigBlueButton, you can just go create an account, which is free as well, on Moodle Cloud. We're there, and hopefully we're going to stay there. So it's as simple as just create an account, sign in, add an activity, select BigBlueButton VN. It's going to be there. VN stands for Blindside Networks. And the only required parameter you have to put in there is the name. Just put the name. It's going to work out of the box with all the other settings, and voila, it's there. Users will be able to get into this intermediate page, which is the description of the room. It's a room itself. And it shows this little button over here. Just going to let users get into BigBlueButton. That's it, as simple as it is. As a teacher or administrator, you can have access, instructional designer as well. You can have access to some extra information like, for how long the meeting has been running, how many users are there, how many of them are moderators, viewers, students. and even end the session from there, from that panel. So there are a number of other advanced features. We're deeply integrated with Moodle. You can take advantage of that. Not needed, I mean, you can use it as a room. Most of the people, 80% probably of the people who use it just as a room with just the name and get the users there. But you can have some other, like sending notifications from the Moodle notification system when you change anything. You have there, I cannot read a thing from here. You can define the roles that you're going to have into BigBlueButton per role, even custom roles in Moodle. We have integration with the calendar, which means that you are going to have it like a part of your schedule, your timeline should be there. I should warn you that the latest version, there is a little bug that sometimes we tend to write. So when the session ends, it's still going to show up in the timeline. Just to be aware of that. But yeah, hopefully it will be fixed in the next minor release. So there is more information there. It's just the calendar works. It closes the room if you want to get close. We have integration with rooms. If you have rooms, you can create sessions, where only members of that room will have access, and separate that way, the tasks that the people is gonna do. We have another feature in BigBlueButton itself, which is breakout rooms. That is while the session is running. It's for a small group collaboration. But this is more like for if you have a definition already in your outline for the course that is going to be based on courses. It's different use case. You can pre-upload presentation, which means will save you a little bit of time if you want to have it like prepared in advance, or instructional designers can get in and prepare all the content, or you have a backup or use it as a template for the course. Well, it's going to be there. 2 minutes. You have recordings, and the sessions in BigBlueButton are recorded, so you can manage them. You can show them to the users. The users can have access to record from here, and you can, as a teacher or administrator, you can manage them, which means publishing, unpublishing, deleting, and even lock and lock if you want to. Don't let them use outside Moodle. That is doable through Blindside Networks offer. So you can edit name, description. There are plenty of those. I was talking about the mobile app. Yeah, it's in 1, 2, 3. You can get into BigBlueButton. It's right there. You go to the outline. You go to the intermediate page. Join the session, and bang, you are in BigBlueButton. It's in a mobile. So what is coming next? One of the things we're working on right now, the main thing probably is completion. I know we have been talking about completion for quite a while, but we got it. So what we're doing here is teachers, administrators, instructional designers are able to set up a rule in the activities, a custom rule. So right now it's attendance, and you can set up like how many minutes a student spent in the session. The events are recorded in BigBlueButton and then are passed to Moodle, so we can calculate if that goal was accomplished. So in that case, that is a real completion. Obviously, you can have the manual completion and the completion on view, which is that has been there for like years in this plugin. More coming up. Also, another thing we have been talking for quite a while. Elizabeth is not here, hopefully. But it's analytics. So analytics in the next version we have a clear idea, and as I say, we're capturing all the events in BigBlueButton. So it's transferring to Moodle and making use of it through the analytics portion. The goal is keep supporting the mobile application, so make the thing better. So making use of the new capabilities that they have for supporting the plugins. So you're gonna see more in the next version 2.4. And what do you want to have? Well, that's the open slide. This is my last slide. That's open to you. The message here is we have been making BigBlueButton for education for you, and that's what we expect to hear from you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
So we're a bit late. BigBlueButton, they are sponsors. They have like a stand, yes, right at the left, right? That's it. Here, over there. So because we are a bit late, if you have questions, everything, you can go there, visit them, and you can talk with them there.
All right, thank you again for coming. Yes, as Juan say, open to questions.
I was one question, please. Only.
All right, there you go.
Please.
It's great. You can have the links of the recordings after the session, just in Moodle. But what about download the session? How can we download the session quickly?
Do you mean the recording? How can download the recording when it's after it's done? Well, this is a special format that we have. We Blind Signers offer that format, and we can give it to you. It's an MP4 file that you can download and put it somewhere else. But unfortunately, the open source version only has it's an HTML composition with all the elements for the recording. It cannot be downloaded.
It can be both.
It can be both if you want, or it can be extra format like podcasts, statistics, and all of those. If anyone wants to talk more about that, we're at the booth. Welcome to come. Spanish, English, we're open to hear your suggestions. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Are you ready now? Okay. Thank you. So next ones are Intelliboards. We are late, so if you can, please try to. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we're gonna go really fast, and we're gonna talk about Intelliboard. And kind of like, do I really need that? Can you hear me? Oh, man. Hi, everybody online. Okay, so we are here to talk about Intelliboard reporting and analytics. How many of you already are familiar with Intelliboard by a show of hands? Yes? Really? Oh, I got some over here. Nice. Thank you for that. Excellent. Okay. So we want to I think my session is focused a little bit on retention, right, and at-risk learners. So is that something that you're focused on, retention and at-risk learners? Yes, show of hands, please. Yes, at-risk learners? Okay, great. So we are a Moodle Premium integrator. We're actually the first Moodle Premium integrator. And we do the reporting and analytics for your Moodle. Now I want to clear up, this has come up multiple times yesterday and today. We do not store or duplicate your Moodle data. The Moodle data stays inside of your Moodle system, And when you call for a report, that is displayed to you as a visualization as a JSON object. Your Moodle data stays inside of Moodle. So if you have specific questions about that, then by all means come and talk to us about it if you need more technical information about that. The other thing that has come up a couple times this week, or rather today and yesterday, is GDPR. Not a problem, right? We don't have your data to begin with. So that's not an issue also, okay? So let's jump in. What you can see on the screen behind me, right, is your landing dashboard. So what you're viewing there is the role that you would have if you are the super admin. I'm sure all of you in here are super admins in one way or another. So this is what you will see as a super admin. And on the left, you'll see all of the navigation for the Intelliboard system. It's very intuitive, and we are going to focus, as I said, we'll kind of focus on retention and engagement and at risk. When you do a demo with us, I constantly get teased by all of my colleagues because learner success and progress is my absolutely favorite report, and I go to it all the time because I am a reformed college professor. I used to teach, and now I'm on the dark side. And so I love learner success and progress. And what you're going to see in this report, and many, many people use it this way, right, is to be able to gather information about your learners in the system. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to you is that our demo site, the one that we're looking at behind me, right, is available publicly to you right now. So demo.intelliboard.net, right? You can go there anytime and you can play with Intelliboard. Demo.intelliboard.net. If you can't remember that, walk over to Intelliboard. We'll give you all sorts of stuff and you'll be able to see it. Demo.intelliboard.net. So in this report, one of the things that you can see left, right, but we'll focus mainly on the right side, are the visits and the time spent. So if you know Moodle, and I know that you do, if you know Moodle, you know that if I am your student, right, I can go into your class or into the Moodle system, and then I can open up a new tab, and I can watch Star Wars for 2 hours, and I have 2 hours on site in Moodle. Yay me! Okay, Intelliboard does it differently. We add stuff, Moodle data tables to your Moodle site, and Intelliboard will ping your learner in the background every 30 seconds. It hangs out for about 60 seconds, waiting for evidence of engagement. And if it doesn't get that, it shuts the clock off. So this data that you see behind me, this time tracking data, it's rich and it's legitimate, right? Not perfect, we're not saying that it is, but it's rich and it's legitimate, right? So if I try to go and watch Star Wars for 2 hours, it's gonna time me out, right? And I'm not gonna have that as an option. So the other one that you see in here are clicks, right? Visits is another word that we use for that, right? Clicks. So clicks are one of the ways that we talk about engagement. So if Don, who is my trusty guide today, he is your tour guide, actually, I'm just the narrator, he's your true tour guide. So if we sort by either one of those columns on the right, visits or time spent, right, we can sort in ascending order or descending order. If we sort in ascending order, we are clearly seeing students who are not in the system, right? They have a low number of clicks. It's a low amount of engagement. But what makes Intelliboard so amazingly beautiful is that blue sweater, what is your name? Estibel? I'm never gonna get it. Estibel. Okay. Estibali. Okay. And you are going to define your engagement at your institution right? Maybe it's okay that students do not go in every day. Maybe they need to go in every 3 days, right? Maybe they need to have 10 hours, right? But over here, you sir, in the other blue sweater, what is your name? Antonio. That's a little bit easier for me. Okay, so Antonio, right, it might be 1 day, right, and 20 hours. We are not making those decisions for you. You make the decision. You understand the pattern. You go into the system and see what it means to be normalized with the data that you have so that you can make informed decisions about what is happening in your system. That is the beauty of Intelliboard. So as far as engagement and retention, Juan, how much time do I have since you're shorting me? Thanks. Okay, so as you go in, then you are going to look and you are going to see, right, okay, I know that I have this number of students that I need to be concerned about. Now, if Don will go up to the share arrow on the right-hand side, right, there are likely other people inside of your institutions who also need to have that data. So you can email it to them right now. But I'm lazy. I'm American, it's true. I'm lazy, so I want to just schedule it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to schedule it. So we can schedule that to arrive in someone's mailbox every week, every month, every day. And if you don't like those people, every hour. Okay? You have that option. So that way, all of the people who need to see the data have the data. In the States, and I believe in the UK, there is a common job title, right? We call it Student Success Advisor, someone who has the job responsibility of managing a group of students, right? Those people can have access to this report, and then let's open up the menu, and I'm going to talk about some of the other things specifically focused on engagement and retention. So let's go to the nav menu and go to all users. Okay, so on that, right, I'm going to just cheat so I don't have to turn around. You've got inactive users in courses, inactive users in the system, login statistics, user access analytic, user engagement, that's huge, and user status. If we open up by learner role, there are 3, that's where learner success in progress is. So by learner role, right, those 3 definitely are focused on engagement, right? Now, because we're here, you can see instructor, right, by instructor role. I'm just going to let you know we won't have time to talk about that, but by instructor role, all of these reports here by instructor role, those are not for instructors. Those are reports on instructor behavior. Okay, so whatever the instructors are doing or not doing, you know. Okay, you know. All right, and then let's take a look at courses under course reports. And under course reports, under all course usage, there's just a ton. I mean, almost every single one of those is focused on retention and engagement of your students in terms of their progress, in terms of their time, in terms of their activity participation, right, in forum engagement, and we even break it down by activity type. So if you need to see how students are behaving in certain activities, you can get that granular, okay? And we've covered a lot of territory, and Juan and the other young woman are pointing at me all the time. Do we have any very quick questions? And again, we have talked only about even just one report, but we are very happy to show it to you. What questions do we have? Did I really do that phenomenal of a job that you have no questions? Ah, there we go. See, so it wasn't that phenomenal of a job.
Not really a quick question, but how do instructors react to being monitored for their activity?
It depends on how good the instructor is. Instructors who are good are not fazed by it at all, and instructors who are not find it very offensive. Okay. But again, that's institutional, right? And it's also from a global perspective, right? It's also culturally, as we continue to work with different cultures throughout the world, right? It is received culturally very differently. In the United States, it is expected. You either perform or you don't, and we don't care how you feel about how we can see your behavior. This is your job, and therefore we are going to monitor your activities. Other countries maybe don't look at it that way. Any other questions? The scheduling options. You can, the activities of the course? Yes, you can view that. But I'm not sure you're asking this question, but I also want to clarify that. Exactly, that's right. You'll do that, yes. But the instructors, and I want to clarify this, we are looking at super admin. Instructors have a dashboard, it's inside of Moodle. Students have a dashboard, it's also inside of Moodle. So the view for instructors and students, their view is inside of Moodle, and yes, they can do those things. The super admin will decide which reports the instructors have access to, right? Because there are 130 reports. You do not want to give an instructor 130 reports to look at. I was an instructor, please don't do that to me, okay? And I need like maybe one or two, right? That's it, don't overwhelm me. And then they get the information only about their students, their courses. Yes, they can email them. Yes, they can schedule, right? They can do all the things that they need to do to manage. Where am I, Juan?
Thank you. So, thank you very much, Intelliboard. Remember, they are sponsors. They've been sponsoring the latest, 3 years of MoodleMoot, something like that. So they are over there for any questions. Yeah, they are awesome. They integrate with Moodle pretty well. Amazing people. Thank you. So next one, Medial. Medial.
Está complicado. Hi everyone. So I'm going to run you through a presentation today on how you get teachers to use video in a kind of engaging way. In Moodle specifically, it says in your LMS what I'm going to show in Moodle today. This is something that it's really interesting actually from the move. We're all attending here. Kind of the biggest thing that I've got come up as a question over and over and over again. There's so many people that are using YouTube and Vimeo and don't want to use YouTube and Vimeo. So if you want, I mean, they're great tools, but there are use cases where they're not suitable. So if you want to have a chat about how you could use us instead of those, then come talk to us. I've got lots of experience at this. I've done this for kind of 10 years now and worked with so many people who've got Moodle. So yeah, I want to have a chat with us about that. But today, really what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about sort of the experience that I've had from going and visiting lots of universities and talking about how they use video in their LMS and the kind of the pain points and how we can help you to get over those pain points. I probably visit about 50 or 60 universities every year, so it's kind of a distilled version of the knowledge that I have got through doing those travels and that sort of stuff. And this presentation is actually as a result of that, really, just talking to lots of people, and people, when I tell them a lot of this stuff, they will say, oh, you should put this in a presentation. So this is actually going to be a webinar next year as well. So the product that I'm going to talk to you about today is Medial. It has these things called the 3 L's, so we kind of make it really, really simple for people to understand. It has a library, which is basically like having your own internal YouTube. It has live, so you can do live streaming through it if you want to do live events and graduations. It has learning, which is effectively our integration with all of the LMS systems, not just Moodle, so Moodle, Blackboard, and Canvas. Just to give you a quick run through of kind of what it looks like. This is what the library looks like. This is a kind of Medial branded one with our logo on it. This is one from London. This is UCL, University College London. This is probably, I think it's the biggest university in London. Imperial might have something to say about that, but I'm pretty sure they're the biggest by number of students. They use our software as a library and also within Google. I can show you that a little bit later. This is the way the kind of the playback page looks. It's very much like I said, having your own YouTube internally within your organisation. Live streaming. We take the pain out of live streaming. So live streaming we're doing right now, I believe, I'm live on the internet right now. Live streaming is a really tricky thing to do if you've ever tried to do it. And one of the main things that's tricky is to kind of get something to show on your page rather than an error when your live stream is not running. So that's what our software does. You can basically manipulate what shows on your playback page at different times. So before your live stream, you could show a promo video of the university. When the live stream is going on, you can show the live stream. After the live stream finishes, you might want to show the recording of the live event. So you can do all of that within our software. It's very, very cool live workflow that we have. We also have an app as well for iOS and Android. So if teachers ever said to you, right, I'd really like to do a live stream from my phone, you can do that as well. And it is literally as simple as clicking on that red button. The red button kind of thing is a bit overdone in education, but that's what it is. And then the learning side of it is the integrations that we have with all of these LMS systems. And we're a button on the text editor, and these are the kind of options that you get. Upload the file, record your webcam, you can record your screen, and you can also get analytics about which students watch the videos, how long they watch them for, all that kind of stuff. So the pain point that this is solving is effectively teachers want to use video, but they're putting video all over the place. The admins don't want that video going on Moodle, as in directly into the Moodle file system. This doesn't. This goes onto a streaming server. That can be run on-premise, on your own server, or in the cloud. And then this is the kind of interface that really most students use. So it's used a lot for video assignments, where the students literally just want to record their webcam, and the teacher's set an assignment, which could be a video, but it's normally just instructions like, give me a 2-minute video on this particular subject or whatever. And students really like using this because it's very easy. They don't have to use their phone and get the file off their phone and then upload it and all the kind of pain around doing stuff like that. And then we have a screen capture tool, which I'll show you in my demo as well, that enables you to capture your screen all without leaving Moodle. So, talking generally, just from my own knowledge, you guys know this, you know, we're teaching kind of Generation Z now. You know, I've got kids that are of that generation, and they just learn in different ways, and video is a really good way of them learning. You know, my daughter, for example, watches YouTube, she'll watch it sometimes on double speed. You look at the way these videos are produced with kind of the talking head, and you kind of look at it and you analyze it and say, well, people are making loads of money out of people watching these videos for a very long period of time. We can learn something from that. I mean, most of this content is not great, but we can learn something about how people learn and their engagement. And these are some general statistics. You know, I can share this slide deck if you want to kind of check out the study that it came from. The most, this again is just showing the sort of things that they learn from. Smartboards are really important. All the videos are there, 80%, Skype as well. That's the other really surprising thing from this study, that students, surprising for me, but students do a lot of learning by sharing through Skype. That's something that surprised me actually through reading this study. So the general point about Generation X is that these attention spans are much lower. This is a really interesting study that's cited quite a lot, and just talking about 6 minutes as being the optimal length for a video. If you drill into the data here, basically what this is saying is at under 6 minutes, you're absolutely fine. You have got the attention of the learner. As soon as you get to 6 minutes, this is kind of the optimal point where people are still watching your video in its entirety. After 6 minutes, we're getting quite a steep decline in attention span. So what I always kind of preach to people is there's a lot of buzz going on in education about capturing absolutely everything, capturing all the lessons, all that kind of stuff, which is part of blended learning for sure. But my experience is that people are learning better from shorter content, and this study kind of proves that really if you're going over that 6 minute hurdle, you're not going to get that attention span. This is kind of backed up as well. This is just an anecdotal bit of evidence from my side. So this is a presentation that I did. It's 20 minutes long, and it was on a new version of Medial's software. There were 4 points of interest in that presentation. One was about closed captions, which we do. One was about analytics. I forget what the other 2 were, but they were the interesting things. They're maybe not that interesting because I've forgotten them, but they were the 4 interesting things. And what I did is I divided the video, this was using Medial by the way, into these 4 bits. So I took my video, I used our editing tool, and I divided it into these 4 bits, and I made these links available to users of our software. And what I found when I looked at the analytics were there were these peaks at those points. What it told me was my long form video, very few people were watching the whole thing, but people were watching those little bits that I'd cut out. And that's the kind of the key takeaway. If you take nothing away from this presentation, see it as I'm selling something, it's not compelling content, but I've got to get that point across to my end users, and that's the way I did it, and that's the way I got engagement for sure. I did, because I then went out a year after that showing this presentation, and it was the first time that people said to me, Rob, I've already seen this, I already know this, whereas the year before I did an hour-long webinar and everybody wanted the information over and over again. So that's the kind of the point I'm trying to make. So the other thing as well that's interesting, I mean you probably know this, but we had to put this into our software, the variable speed within the video, so that you can speed it up to double speed, 1.5 speed, because people are fine with learning in that way. You or me might listen to that and say this sounds like a chipmunk, and it's pretty, it doesn't sound great, but in this scenario it totally works, and that's why that control is there, because you can do it in half the time, which is what everyone wants to do. This is an interesting study to check out. A lot of this kind of 6-minute stuff comes from this one as well. It's Richard Mayer's theory of, cognitive theory of multimedia learning. And this has got this interesting concept of the segmenting principle, which is kind of what I was talking about before, like putting this video into smaller chunks, because people learn better from that than as a continuous unit. Flipped learning also backs up that as well. I mean, I'm not going to go on about flipped learning, you guys know that. So problems with Moodle. Moodle becomes a place where people dump content, as you know. With video, it doesn't really work that well. You click on Add Media, you can add a video file, go straight to Moodle's file system. You can add a link, you can add some embed code, not really very secure. bit of buffering involved, there's security issues. So all of these kind of built-in ways of adding media to Moodle, everyone says to me there's issues with it, that it's not perfect and they'd like to have something else. The other thing to be aware of as well is just the fact that all these devices that people are capturing stuff on capture content at ludicrously high resolutions. The iPhone, for example, my iPhone defaulted to 4K, I think at 60 frames per second, which is 400 megs a minute. That's what you'll get on your phone. That's why your phone's filling up all the time. If you just alter this setting and put it down to 720p, it'll be 40 megs per minute. So if you ever have students recording video, just say, go in here, this video is going to be much, much smaller. It's a good kind of tip. And the same is true in Android as well. So, some examples here. UCL in London, they used our live app to go out to an archaeological dig site. University of China uses us for assignment submissions. And this is a good example of sort of some simple content done by a university in the north of England as well, captured just with a phone. Demo. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to show you the demo now because I've only got 2 minutes, but if you want to, go and try this out for yourself. The information is in English and in Spanish, and there's a video that effectively shows you all the different options that we have to evaluate our software. So you can come in as a student, you can come in as a teacher and a student, or you can connect your Moodle to our Medial for free for 30 days. So lots to do there, in English and in Spanish. Our stand as well, we've got a Spanish speaker as well, so if you want to come up and speak in Spanish, that's fine as well, so no problem. So thanks for your time, guys. Sorry, it's a bit of a whistle stop. And if there's any questions, one question. Okay, maybe one. Nobody's going to want to ask the question now.
So they are sponsors, so they are in this floor. Yeah. So you may find him anytime. Thank you, Rob. And now it's time for book club.
Hi, my name is Annalise from Woodlab, and I'm going to take you with me on a little journey to get to know Woodlab today. I'm not going to need about 20 minutes, it's more or less going to be 10, maybe 7. Then we still have a little bit more time to go and reach to us for a demo, etc. Okay? But I want to to ask you to get your phones out or your laptops or your tablets, because I would like you to connect or through the QR code on the screen or by going to the URL in your browser bar, please. And this is where you can see people connecting. So we have 8 connected, 9 connected. And this is also where you're going to see your students connect themselves. So see how quick this goes. Okay? I'm going to wait until everybody is more or less connected. So we get some higher numbers going. It's like an auction process. We got 26, 27, some more. 28. Let's get that up to 30. Is that possible? Yes. Maybe some more. If somebody has some troubles to log in, let's see, raise your hand. 33. Because yes, we're not asking questions just yet. All right. 34. Maybe some other people connecting, otherwise let's start. 36. See someone trying the QR code, so I'm going to look at the 7. Yes. Perfect, okay. 39 even, look at that. 42. I can't count how many you are here in this room, but I think we can start. All right, 55. Good. First question. So, what are the issues you face in class today as a teacher? You can go through your medium, so phone, laptop, tablet, as you wish. Boring, they're distracted. Lack of attention. Grading online, good one. So here you can see the word clouds moving. Okay? Motivation, that's also a good one. Lack of engagement. Okay, I'm going to reach to my computer to close down the voting. Now you cannot vote anymore. But you can see what I'm trying to make a point of. So this is a word cloud going on, so you can really do some brainstorming with your students and see which types of concepts are coming up. So this is one of the question types we can introduce with WooClap. Next question. What do you think about this? So how fast do you think that the attention span of a student drops while listening passively, of course, to a course? Okay, 10 minutes, 15. And here, of course, you can see answers on the total of students connected, right? Or colleagues in this case. Okay. 38 from 54. 5 minutes, yeah. Closing the voting, and this is the correct answer. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So that's quite fast that they lose the attention. So what is our goal? Because we see that teachers today are having a hard time withdrawing the students' attention, but also and measuring the student comprehension, which is very important for the adaptive learning of thought. So studies show that to learn, one must, of course, pay attention. We see that attention rate drops after 10 minutes, more or less. You need to link new information to prior knowledge, because then the retention of students is far more better. Limit the amount of new information being shared at once. and of course repeat info to improve that long-term memorization. That is why we developed MoodleMoot, so it's a platform that is going to use those smartphones of the students, or tablets, or computers, to stimulate classes and to measure the students' comprehension of material. Because this is what we want as teachers, of course. How does it work? I've created questions. You answered to the questions and you showed you directly saw it online on the presentation in real time. So you can display the results in real time and you can have a little chat on that during your lectures, okay? The benefits, I think it's more or less clear for you right now. We boost participation to engage the students. We measure the level of understanding so we can see how they actually capture the content of your lectures. Make your classes more fun and effective in the sense that they are engaged, and of course improve learning and collaboration. Okay? Who we are today, we're still a young company, we're growing. We're about 4 or 5 years old. We have about 100,000 users globally, and we are available in 6 different languages and over 100 countries. And you see some of our references there also who are using MoodleMoot today. And of course, if you would like to come by a stand for a demo, we'd be happy to, because I have my colleague Whitney, who speaks Spanish, who speaks Italian, and speaking English and French, so and Dutch. Maybe there's some Dutch people in here, maybe not. So we'd be happy to give you a demo on that. And of course, if you would love to have a month for free, I'd say leave your email address. It's not going to be shown on the screen, so that's GDPR compliant. And of course, please, if you don't want to leave your email address right now, you can always come by your stands. I leave this open for you guys just to as you wish. And we'll be contacting you next week with a month for free. And then, of course, if you ever want to start a pilot for your university, we're also there. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, any questions?
Please. Ready to answer. Yes.
Sorry.
I can hear you. It's okay.
I teach mathematics.
Yeah.
So, how does it work with mathematical science? So,
You can do
symbols.
Yeah. Then no problem at all. You can do a question also of your homework.
Do you support math?
Exactly. That was my point. Exactly. So I hope this answers your question. Other questions? Please.
I kind of know the answer to it, so what are the possible links between Medial and MoodleMoot?
Exactly. So why are we here? Of course, because we integrate with Moodle. We integrate as an activity, so you can open MoodleMoot from your Moodle, and we're going to sync your question banks and your playbooks. So we have a reporting that is MoodleMoot reporting, but we also sync with your Moodle. I hope this answers your question.
But integration is a link onto MoodleMoot, so we run on your server. It doesn't run on a Moodle server.
It goes both ways. So you get out of the Moodle to get into MoodleMoot, and you go back again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hope this answers your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Other questions, please? We also have a I'm confused, but those who want to raise their hands, that's also nice, but we good? Any more questions? Great, that's because it's clear. So I'd say thank you for the 16 people that subscribed to have their 3-month testing. And please come by to our stand. We'd be happy to make all your notes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Waves. Like, yeah,
Voilà, moi ce qui m'importe, c'est que la réponse principale à un truc et la question qui a posé c'est ça. Donc,
So you can be actually saying you go to a classroom, you can still follow. No?
Hostia,
many questions.
How do I click?
I tend to pace as I talk, so I'm going to walking out somewhere. Good. Hello everyone. Excuse me. Hello everyone. My name's Ben English. I'm from Kaltura, and I'm here to talk to you about interactive videos. Interactive videos being engaging the student and the viewer within the video itself. So moving from a lean back passive view of the content to an actually engaged view of the content. So who here has heard of Kaltura? Show of hands, oh, a few, not too many. Okay. So Kaltura, we see ourselves as an everything video company. Anything to do with video is our kind of space. And specifically for this show, we have a plugin into Moodle where we enable Moodle to have video content actually within the application. So we see ourselves as a video engine, so we deal with live video streaming, video on demand, content creation, and then content enhancement. So we have tools to allow you to be able to go in and add overlays into the videos, quizzing, hotspots, engagement within the actual video. And all this is done through Moodle as the actual viewing portal. So video is playing an increasingly large role within education nowadays. The new generations coming in, sort of the Gen Zs, they've grown up with the likes of YouTube and Facebook and Snapchat and et cetera, They're used to seeing videos, and they're used to being able to search videos and using video content as a learning and a communication medium, more so than what it was when the likes of I was younger. So educators nowadays are also seeing video content as being instrumental to their classes. We put out a survey this year. We had around about 1,400 responses back. So we see here there's some pretty large numbers. 91% believe that it enhances the learning experience, increases student engagement and achievement, and increases satisfaction as well. But how do we stop video being a passive mechanism? So I'm talking about sitting there watching mini videos, sitting back, a lean back kind of approach to the videos. And, you know, people can be disengaged. They may not want to watch the entire video. It can essentially become boring. So we need to create something where the individual wants to actually watch the video and be engaged in the video. we see this done through interactivity. So students, 98% of students believe that engaging video is more likely to keep their attention and to help within their actual learning experience. So why interactivity? Well, as I was saying, the engagement basically keeps knowledge retention. So when people actually engage within the content and are part of the learning experience, they will retain more of that information. And it allows them to play an active role within the actual video content. And it also gives us the analytics to be able to assess the student to see which decisions they've made, whether or not they've made correct answers, wrong answers, and it also allows us to be able to see whether or not the content we've created is suitable for the task that we actually creating it for. So, as you can see, this is creating a deeper engagement into the actual video content with a 45% increase in time spent in interactive videos, and 3 times more with the actual engagement. So we're seeing a shift within education, and particularly within video, and how content actually is delivered to the student. Years ago, it used to be more of a one-size-fits-all. You'd turn up at a particular event, there'd be a lecturer standing up front who would give a talk on a particular topic. The teacher would basically would design this and say exactly what's happening at a particular time. It would be a physical experience. You'd have to be there at a set time. And it would be a fixed pace. You'd have to keep going with that kind of pace of the course. Now, we're seeing that kind of flipped on its head a bit now. With new technology coming out and with new ways of learning, we're seeing that there is still a place and a time for the student to be in the classroom. But then we also have this digital learning that has started to come in. So students can learn whilst they're on the bus or sitting at home, from their iPads or from their Macs or whatever it may be. And they actually become more involved within the learning experience. This personalised learning through having questions or through having paths within the video where they can choose their different topics or choose different events within the video makes it more personal to them. One of these topics here is worth pointing out, the fixed pace versus the mastery based. Now this is something that's quite a big change within education that we're starting to see. Fixed pace being that the educator would give a certain topic, they'd move to a different topic every lecture or week or however long it be. But now we're seeing it that it's becoming mastery based. So the student will move on to the next topic when they're ready, when they believe they have mastered the topic, as opposed to when the lecturer decides that the next topic is time to be moved on to. And we're not the only ones who are thinking like this. There's some big names out there who are starting to see personalised education become more of the norm. So, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, we have Mark Zuckerberg, and the Khan Academy as well. So interactivity video empowers students through their personal learning experience. This is a quote that we found that kind of highlights what we're talking about with involving the actual student in the learning experience. What it really means, though, is that people learn through doing. People learn through being involved rather than sitting there and just being talked to, essentially. So some ways that we have come up with for interactivity are hotspots, video quizzing, an interactive player, and interactive video paths. First one of these hotspots. So a hotspot is basically an active area which is set as an overlay over the video which can perform certain actions. So essentially it's a button. But this button can go off and do many different things. Within the video, we can have it to go off to, say, another video, so a related topic. It can go to a form, it can go to maybe a wiki article or another piece of content, be a PDF or a test sheet, or potentially just another point in time throughout the video. So you can create like your own index throughout the video, and you can select which area you want to go to, which will take you on to a different subject within that video. So why use hotspots? Well, essentially it drives or gives the ability for the students to be interactive within the video. It gives them choices and it's asking them to do something. It's creating a lean forward approach. So they're no longer just sitting there being talked to or being given information. They're being asked their opinion. Do you want to click this to go here? Do you want to click this to go there? Do you want to register for this new event? Something along this, or maybe if you want to go to a particular time within the video. We have video quizzing. Video quizzing itself uses the same technology as the overlay. So it allows us to put questions and give answers and feedback actually within the video content itself. So it allows us to do like multiple choice. It allows us to do true false. It allows us to do open free text answers. And basically gives like an outcome to those as well. All this as well is integrated within the Moodle gradebook. So as the questions are put in here, the information is gathered from each student, put into the gradebook, and then you can go through this to get information back on the individual students. What do they understand? What don't they understand? Is the actual content itself explaining the subject matter correctly? So if only maybe 20% of the students are getting the right answer, then it's probably the content itself which is more causing the issues. You don't even have to replace that bit. You can also do feedback. So using our free text answers, the student can give feedback about the video or about a particular subject, so you can gather information this way as well. Interactive video paths, this is one of my favorite ones. So this is creating storyboard videos. So some of you may have watched the Netflix episode Black Mirror, maybe not. Yeah, okay. So basically you get to choose different answers to different events as the story goes on. You know, does this person make this answer or this answer, or you know, do they do this or that? And depending on what you actually select, it takes you through a different path. Now I'm going to try to play this one and hopefully it will work properly. Just whilst this is loading. So this is a video that was created by one of our universities in Australia about internship. So quite a fun video. Basically, it's the story of a student trying to find an internship. So this video has been created, basically, as I said, to be a story of someone who's looking to a new internship, and at one point in the video we're asked to perform an action. We've been asked a choice. So is an internship compulsory in my course? Well, if I want to select no, what's the point? Here we go. So probably the wrong choice. And it'll come up at some point and basically give me the information that that was probably not the right thing to do. Here we go. So now we get put back to our decision point and asked another question.
All right. Now, don't forget the
and you can see there's no lag, there's no loading of a new page. We put straight into the video, and the video continues down a different path. Here we go, and we give them some positive feedback. Now, I won't continue too much through this because it will take up too much time. But basically what it's doing is creating these videos. Here we are, 1 second. So basically what it's doing, it's creating multiple videos and stitching them together within a story. Then it's creating these overlays that's allowing us to select different videos, and then we're allowed to go through the story path, and it's given us a very personalized experience within our videos. So the choice that we make determines our own learning experience. Now, this video was quite a fun, almost tongue-in-cheek video of someone looking for an internship. But we see universities also go further in this to actually have experiments. For example, what happens if you mix this chemical and this chemical? In an engineering course, what happens if you choose to replace this part of the electronics instead of this part? You can actually then have the examples given back to you and be given the feedback to make it, as I said, a very personal learning experience. And you can gain valuable insight by this, because via our analytics you can see which decisions different users made. So you can get information back on this. The same with everything we do in Kaltura, you get all the information back about the students. Some potential use cases, obviously personalized learning paths, but creating simulations as well, and attracting new students. I mean, some of the things we've seen of our universities doing is maybe a tour around campus. Do you want to see the student hall? Maybe you want to see the local rugby team. Maybe you want to go into one of the science blocks. And you can make this almost like a virtual reality as well, where people walk through, and you can use like 3D or 360 cameras as part of this as well. So that's almost my 15 minutes. 5 minutes? So, yeah, so the takeaway of this is time to personalize your learning experience. Thank you. So we have a few minutes. Any questions about any of this? All good? Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
One small question. Where are the data located? Because from Switzerland, the data location is quite important.
Okay, so the question was, where is the data located? So the answer to this is, it depends. In the Nordic region, we do actually have a partner, Nordinet, who supply Nordic region hosting to all of this content. So it would be within the Nordics. Our standard product is hosted out of the US. However, we do have regional installations of the Kaltura platform within the EU and other places throughout the world. So if it is required within a particular area, we can actually install it in a particular area. We also do on-prem as well, though we don't see too much of that happening nowadays. All this as well is put through Moodle. We're essentially agnostic to the front end, so whatever you want to use as a front end portal, you can use. You can embed our content and our videos anywhere you want, on mobiles, on the internet, intranet, many different VLEs. The front end portal, as I said, we're agnostic to this, but all this can be seen within Moodle. Yes? Yes, it's LTI. And then we have an iframe embed for the content, and then the player renders within the actual page. This is done via a plugin and is transparent to the end user. So you have all of our tools that basically then get rendered within Moodle itself. Install on the end user device. No, there's nothing you need to install. It's all HTML5. There's a small bit of JavaScript that runs, which downloads the player, and then it plays directly. But it's all completely plug-in free. Any more questions? No? Well, thank you very much for your time.
So the next presentation is in Spanish, so if you don't have your translation kit, you can grab one by the stairs.
Ya está. Bueno, sí, cerramos la puerta, que hay mucho ruido. Lo que veis en pantalla ahora mismo es una cuenta de Twitter. ¿Por qué? Es porque esta charla, como bien sabéis, dura unos 20 minutos y es un gran spoiler de lo que sería una charla grande. Entonces tiene una continuación en Twitter. A partir de toda la tarde veréis una serie de vídeos que irán ampliando la charla y después cada martes y cada jueves saldrá un vídeo nuevo siguiendo ampliándola. En esta cuenta prácticamente todo lo que se habla es sobre estrategia docente. Bien, empezamos. Normalmente todo el mundo tenemos una aplicación entre nuestras manos, trabajamos con estudiantes, en nuestro caso estudiantes de la universidad, donde todo funciona en torno a ese aparato y donde nosotros planteamos nuestra asignatura como profesores dentro de ese aparato como esa manzana que ofrecemos allí. Sin embargo, nosotros en la Universidad de les Illes Balears detectamos un problema que seguramente muchos de vosotras y vosotros habéis detectado. O sea, no solamente lo que tenemos es lo que enseñamos los estudiantes, sino lo que sucede alrededor. Dentro de las cosas que suceden alrededor, en comunicación, siempre planteamos y en diseño, de que el punto es la unidad mínima de expresión y la unidad que llama realmente la atención. Sin embargo, creemos que esto no es cierto. Y por eso decidimos trabajar en torno a otros elementos en cuanto alrededor de ese punto. La metáfora de lo que sería la luna servía para explicar cómo estamos desarrollando un trabajo del cual os voy a hablar hoy en esta presentación, y donde este trabajo se fundamenta en qué va más allá de lo que contamos los alumnos, también desde el uso y la proyección de la voz, tanto en el aula como a través de herramientas digitales, como también si decidimos no querer grabar esas herramientas digitales en modo de podcast o un vídeo, de qué manera estamos aplicándola y utilizándola dentro de la herramienta Moodle. Nosotros estuvimos haciendo toda una serie de trabajos con estudiantes y con profesores a través de toda una serie de focus group Y vimos que más del 70% de la información que se daba en los primeros talleres no llegaba. Necesitábamos un tema de participación mejor que también incluía muchísimo, íbamos comprobando sobre los diversos ponentes que iban yendo en cada momento, de qué forma esos ponentes hablaban y expresaban la opinión. Es verdad que se supone y se nos presupone que como profesores sabemos hacer las cosas bien, pero como profesores yo no sé vosotros, yo tengo 53 años. Desde que empecé con 26, ahora han pasado 27 años, ha habido cosas que he ido mejorando y cosas que he ido empeorando. El nivel de estrés ha sido mayor y esto se proyecta también en mi voz cuando estoy impartiendo una clase. Entonces necesitamos tener un reciclaje constante para ir viendo exactamente qué es lo que hay. Os acabo de hablar de la Universidad de las Islas Baleares y os voy a hablar un poco ahora de quién soy y qué es lo que hago allí en ella, ¿no? En la Universidad de las Islas Baleares soy profesor, en concreto soy del área de expresión gráfica. Nosotros enseñamos a dibujar, pero enseñamos a dibujar a través también de un podcast. O sea, la asignatura cuenta con un podcast que los estudiantes usan muchísimo de refuerzo a la asignatura que es dibujo. Señoras y señores, el dibujo se hace a mano y muchas veces se hace en silencio. Y estamos viendo que ellos el material de apoyo que se ha preparado a nivel de podcast lo utilizan muchísimo. Todas esas bases teóricas que nosotros damos en clase, que damos por sabidas, o que pensamos que se han enterado, son las que luego nos encontramos en un montón de tutorías que nos vienen a preguntar las mismas preguntas 1000 veces con las mismas respuestas que vamos dando una vez detrás de otra. A partir del año 2010 generé toda una serie de vídeos de apoyo, pero desde hace 2 años estoy viendo que el vídeo muy bien, pero que ellos, lo veía con ellos en clase, también en los focus group, cogen los vídeos y desde el mismo YouTube hay una herramienta que se descarga en el audio, con lo cual dije, ¿para qué ponerme a hacer vídeo si directamente lo puedo hacer en audio, que es mucho más rápido? Desde tu propio móvil lo puedes hacer, pero es que incluso si tú haces un buen documento en Word, un buen documento en PDF, en una herramienta como la que tenemos en la universidad, que se llama Read Speaker, podemos descargar el audio, el alumno se puede descargar el audio y se puede ir escuchando o lo puede escuchar en tiempo real, de tal manera que si yo subo algún tipo de apunte al Moodle y le cambio cualquier palabra o cualquier coma, cualquier cosa de sitio, me lo reconoce automáticamente. Eso es lo que nos permite hacer ahí. Después la universidad también soy actualmente el vicerrector de Campus Digital y Transmedia. Bien, pues antes de que yo llegara al vicerrectorado, hace 2 años, hace 90.000 años, apareció este señor. Este es el primer europeo, es una simulación del primer europeo, está en el Museo de Burgos y es el Homo antecesor. El Homo antecesor, desde el principio, lo que se encuentra es algo que nosotros ahora en la Comunidad Europea estamos incidiendo mucho y esta mañana se ha escuchado en la primera charla y se ha escuchado también en otra que hubo aquí con la gente de Vodafone. Estamos dando mucha incidencia en todo lo que son competencias. La Comunidad Europea nos está lanzando estas competencias. Y dentro de esas competencias transversales a las cuales se le está dando tanto poderío, y tanto poderío es andaluz, yo soy andaluz, tanta rama, tanta fuerza, existe lo que es la competencia literaria. Y la competencia literaria no es más que trabajar en la forma oral. Es la forma de llegar al usuario y llegar desde la voz. Llegar desde algo que podemos pensar que esto es como la autoestima, esto es obvio, pero esto lo tenemos que recordar de vez en cuando. Entonces, nosotros en la Universidad de las Islas Baleares hemos hecho un estudio, que os voy a hablar luego un poquito de él, también se amplía luego a través de esa rama de Twitter, que hay una serie de enlaces, donde hablamos con los estudiantes para saber exactamente qué es lo que ellos quieren ver, qué es lo que quieren entender dentro de aquí. Y ellos nos piden la prosodia. La prosodia, ¿qué es? ¿Cuándo acentuamos las palabras? Cada uno con nuestro acento. El acento andaluz, que no es el que estoy hablando ahora mismo, el andaluz sería de otra manera, pero el acento andaluz, ponemos acento en unos sitios, es el público que me dirijo, es eso. Es hablar en su lengua, hablar en su argot, que no en su jerga, que es muy diferente, y saber exactamente qué lenguaje generacional emplean, cuáles son los dichos, los tiretes, lo que hay aquí. También nos piden eso, un dominio de la exposición verbal. Todo el mundo leemos y sabemos que cualquier novela tiene inicio, nudo y desenlace. Lo tenemos que aplicar a la parte del audio. Tenemos que meterlo luego en el Moodle. Nosotros en Moodle lo metemos como cualquier otro material. Igual que metes un PDF, pues metemos un mensaje de audio a través de una plataforma como Anchor.fm, que es gratuita. Podemos subirlo al sistema de compartir serie de podcasts. Te lo coge también Spotify. Os tengo que decir que Rosalía está en Spotify, pero nosotros también. Yo también estoy en Spotify. No tenemos tanto éxito como ella, pero los estudiantes lo miran muchísimo. O sea, nos piden cuál es el enlace de Spotify de la asignatura para ver las cosas ahí, porque lo tienen en su máquina. Pero también nos lo piden a través de herramientas de apoyo de accesos digitales. Nosotros trabajamos, dicho antes, con Read Speaker. Hay otra, probamos otra, pero es la que mejor nos ha ido. Y luego tenemos que tener en cuenta algo que os hablaré al final de la charla, el tema de la accesibilidad. La accesibilidad se le da muchísima importancia, no solamente hacia la gente que tiene, digamos, algún tipo de problemas de audio, sino también a nosotros, o sea, a la hora de llegar a esa información. Bien, ¿cómo lo hemos hecho en la universidad? En la universidad hemos cogido esa manzana del principio, la hemos convertido en azul, o sea, nos hemos metido en el lenguaje generacional de nuestra universidad, nuestro color corporativo es el azul, la hemos seleccionado y a partir de ahí hemos trabajado analizando el diseño de usuario en condiciones también adaptadas a lo que es el diseño UX, que es el diseño de experiencia de usuario, que es lo que de toda la vida de Dios es pensar en el que tienes enfrente y darle el producto tal y como el de enfrente está esperándolo de partida para luego a partir de ahí subir nosotros el nivel y llevarnos a nuestro campo. Se ha trabajado qué tipo de estructura narrativa quieren los estudiantes. Os voy a enseñar cuál es la que han pedido mayoritariamente, que voy a decir la de toda la vida. O sea, nos complicamos a veces la vida haciendo demasiadas cosas. El tema de la logística que tenemos, accesibilidad y el apoyo digital. Bien, en nuestro proyecto hemos trabajado muchísimo de cómo se trabaja la voz en el aula, cómo tenemos que proyectar la voz en el aula. Resultado que tenemos aquí es toda una serie de cursos de formación a profesores con locutores y locutoras de cadenas de radio. Nos lo estamos llevando para enseñar de cómo manejar esa voz. De cómo manejar esa voz, no solamente que después de una clase, como podamos tener algunas veces de 4 horas, no terminar sin voz, sino cómo captar la atención del usuario, del estudiante en cada momento. Cómo meter esa metáfora que tiene que ver con eso en ese momento. Cómo trabajar ahí. Cómo trabajar también con la voz grabada. Cuándo meter esos silencios dramáticos, de qué manera meterlo. Y también otra cosa que me encontraba no tanto con alumnos, sino con profesores en plan de yo no me voy a poner a grabar todas mis clases. Pero le decíamos, usted tiene todos esos apuntes, lo tiene desarrollado en Word o en PDF. Bien, pues utilice la aplicación que tenemos, utilice ese Read Speaker que hemos adquirido en la universidad y que se le da un uso, o sea, lo que es el retorno de la inversión está siendo muy grande, porque el uso está siendo muy grande por parte de los estudiantes y los mismos profesores y tienes ese material ahí. De acuerdo que no es mi voz, pero me soluciona ese problema para la gente que dice no quiero. Yo mismo tengo apuntes metidos en la asignatura que algunos los tengo grabados con mi voz y otros que he dicho no, porque ya no puedo hablar con mi alma, llevo muchas cosas, el restaurado, las clases, mi vida, el gimnasio, la cervecita y entonces no necesito esa ayuda. Entonces lo que tenemos ahí. Bien, todo esto que estamos contando ya funcionaba hace mucho tiempo y de hecho estáis viendo aquí en la parte, si no me miráis yo, la parte izquierda de la pantalla, ¿no? De aquí, veréis a María Sabater, es una catalana que en el año 1924, hace ya casi 100 años, pues dijo las primeras palabras en radio aquí en España. ¿Tiene sonido esto? Vamos para atrás y ahora lo vuelvo a poner. Ya.
La estación radiodifusora EAJ1 de Emisiones Radio Barcelona.
He querido enseñar esto para decir, o sea, estamos descubriendo la pólvora, pero es una cosa que ya desde el año 1924, hace ya casi 100 años, ya se empezaba a trabajar. Para, a final de cuentas, tener esta estructura que tenemos en pantalla. Esta y la pantalla siguiente es el resumen de lo que los estudiantes nos están pidiendo. Esto lo encontraréis esta tarde, sobre las 6 de la tarde aparecerá en el Twitter, está programado, por si la queréis. También, ¿qué es lo que te piden? Lo primero que te piden los estudiantes, no me consumas datos, con lo cual, frente al vídeo, la ventaja del audio es que consumen muchísimo menos datos, tanto el que nosotros le metamos desde un podcast como desde la plataforma de voz sintética. Nos piden que todos los temas que tratemos estén muy relacionados, que metemos un tema por cada materia, que no metamos muchos temas en el mismo audio porque se marean, porque nosotros también nos mareamos y no llegamos a cogerlo. Piden que sea dinámico. Dinámico no quiere decir que retransmitamos un partido de fútbol donde hablan con una velocidad de vértigo, pero quieren que relaciones una materia con otra, aunque sea un solo tema, pero diga, y esto lo vimos en el tema que vimos hace un tiempo, o esto lo veremos en un tema que viene más adelante, que vayan metiéndole partes. Es un guión. Todos nosotros, si nos dedicamos a la docencia universitaria, nos ha tocado tener que escribir algún tipo de libro en un momento. Hemos tenido que estructurarlo a nivel de guión. Es lo mismo, aplicarlo lo mismo para acá. Cuando planteamos una clase es igual. Con la parte del locutor o locutora es muy importante. Nos pedían eso, que la voz se entienda. Nos decían literalmente, ten el acento que te dé la gana, pero habla a una velocidad que te pueda entender. Si yo os hablara en trianero, que es donde me he criado en Triana, aquí no me entendería ni Dios. Bueno, puede que hasta ni yo. Pero ellos nos piden que eso no, que lo tengamos ahí, que vayamos al grano, que no haya rollo, que si se mete una metáfora, que si se mete cualquier comentario, tenga que ver directamente con la materia. puedes tener gracia, pero no ser gracioso. Es lo que nos marcaba muchísimo de ahí. Y nos piden siempre que en todos los audios que metamos no demos nada por sabido, que siempre hagamos un enlace y una llamada a la clase anterior. Tenemos que pensar, y nos lo piden mucho, de que un alumno tiene una media entre 5 y 10 asignaturas por curso y que en un mismo día puede recibir de varias lecciones diferentes con formas de dar clases diferentes. No piden de como 10 la otra clase, meterle un enganche y recordarle esa parte de ahí, más si es en audio. Esto nos lo piden muchísimo. En los textos que metemos, incluso en los mismos, en Moodle, se lo estamos pidiendo a docentes que lo hagan. Antes os he hablado del Twitter, es este, os lo recuerdo, que a partir de las 12:30 empiezan a saltar cosas y creo que esta también sale, no me acuerdo muy bien ahora, y esta es la estructura que nos piden. Fijaros lo básica que es el cuento de toda la vida. Cuando nos han relatado un cuento en casa, es un inicio, nos piden que hagamos un spoiler del inicio. Pero claro, tú dices, ¿de qué va esto? Tú pones la televisión y ves cualquier programa de los que enganchan y te están diciendo desde el principio del programa de qué va a ir aquello y qué te van a hablar. Nos piden que en la clase hagamos lo mismo, que en los apuntes hagamos lo mismo, que en la parte de audio hagamos lo mismo. Entonces esta parte aquí, gracias. Después de hacer eso metamos la cabecera. Fijaros, yo os he contado quién soy después de haber hecho una introducción. El alumno conviene recordar quién somos porque normalmente también te lo reconocen ellos, no saben ni cómo nos llamamos. Con lo cual, cuando tienen que buscarnos a través del directorio de la universidad para hacernos una pregunta, no saben. Con lo cual, conviene recordárselo por medio. El nudo, el desarrollo del tema, con tantos ejemplos que hagan falta relacionados con ello, el desenlace, cómo termina. Y luego algo muy importante que también nos piden, la participación. Que luego en Moodle haya un desarrollo a través de lo que son los foros. Que en esos foros se permita subir también esos podcasts de audio. Nosotros le estamos pidiendo que hagan las conclusiones de los equipos en vídeo o en audio. Pero hemos tenido experiencia, y desgraciadamente la sociedad actual está así, de que hay gente que no permite que salga su imagen porque tiene un tema de acoso. Claro, el acoso lo tienes en tu cara, en la voz es más difícil pillarte. Y en la voz siempre te podemos pasar un programa con un pequeño filtro que ni se nota que es tu voz. Entonces a mí me sirve para saber que eso funciona. El estudiante me entrega su voz y yo la reconozco y después si tenemos que utilizarlo para otro año siguiente lo pasamos por el programa, que es el Audition de Adobe, y te cambio 4 tonos de voz y ya no se nota que eres tú. Pero a mí a la hora de entregar el examen ya lo tengo, ¿no? Trabajamos así en la universidad, esta es la estructura que trabajamos y ya estamos terminando en esos 5 minutos que me acaba de recordar la compañera. Y es que desde el principio tenemos lo que es un acompañamiento constante a los profesores a través de la herramienta de Campus Digital. Si tenéis cualquier duda, cualquier cosa, si queréis que compartamos entre vuestras universidades y la mía lo que estamos haciendo, no hay ningún problema. Al final volveré a poneros la dirección de correo electrónico. Y trabajamos con ello todo lo que es una preproducción del material, la producción de material de ayudarnos. Nosotros te decimos, a ti como profesor te podemos decir, no quieres hacerlo, no hay ningún problema. Nosotros te ayudamos a hacerlo, partimos todo de aquí, te damos todo muy canalizado, sea audio, sea vídeo, sea material interactivo. Incidimos muchísimo en lo que es la herramienta que tengo aquí, que es la de Read Speaker, porque nos facilita mucho la vida. O sea, en el equipo tenemos 17 personas trabajando y somos 1.400 profesores. Entonces parece que somos mucha gente comparado con otras universidades, pero esa gente también me mantiene el Moodle, también tiene pensad que nosotros al ser una isla tenemos una sede en Menorca y otra en Ibiza y tenemos que estar en relación con ellos, se viaja mucho para allá y tenemos aquí. Incidimos muchísimo en accesibilidad. Aquí trabajamos mucho con la oficina de ayuda a la accesibilidad de problemas con cualquier tipo de minusvalía y una de las cosas que nos pidieron fue todo el tema de apuntes que se mantuviera con criterio de accesibilidad, que se hace según esta una normativa que veremos aquí ahora, se hace por normativa, pero también con ese apoyo de la herramienta digital de voz, digamos, sintética que tenemos. Hay toda una serie de leyes UX que son leyes aplicadas al diseño que se pueden aplicar a la voz. Esa también os la vais a encontrar en la ampliación de la charla a través de la cuenta de Twitter que habéis visto antes, y son 3 de las 9 de las que hablo del principio allí. Saldrán cada martes y cada jueves, para no agobiar. Va a ser todo, menos mal que en ese Twitter no hablo de política. Entonces todo el tiempo, pues solamente docencia, pero para no agobiar, va cada martes y cada jueves, a partir de esta misma tarde. La ley, 2 minutos y ya terminamos. Esta ley es una ley de la Comunidad Europea ya aplicable en España, que a partir del día 26 de septiembre de este año, todo el nuevo material tiene que cumplir criterios de accesibilidad y a partir de la del año que viene, tiene que cumplirlo también los materiales que hayamos hecho previamente. Nosotros la cumplimos en casi todo, pero no en todo. Entonces, y ahora sí vamos a ir a inglés, para la gente que está escuchando en inglés, ahora lo escuchará de verdad en inglés. nos basamos muchísimo en este software.
In today's educational environment, audio is a powerful tool for improving learning outcomes. Read speaker text aids text-to-speech technology, improves comprehension, supports course completion, gives independence to choose when, where, and what to read, increases self-confidence and motivates reluctant readers to read more, helps students stay at peer level in all subjects and reduces special education budgets.
Tenemos muy claro que si trabajamos con voz, trabajamos con competencia, trabajamos finalmente educando a los estudiantes y los estudiantes, tanto cuando estamos en el aula como cuando grabamos el audio, como cuando utilizamos una herramienta como la que acabamos de ver en ese vídeo, es una forma de dar esa educación por la cual realmente estamos en la universidad. Estamos para investigar, pero sobre todo para volcar esa investigación en la educación de nuestros estudiantes. Os dejo aquí en lo que es el Twitter, lo que es la dirección de correo, es vr.transmedia. También, si os es más fácil, mi segundo apellido es Coca, y si ponéis coca @uib, que es Universitat de les Illes Balears, .es.cat, da igual, pues podéis contactar conmigo en cualquier momento. Estaré por aquí hoy, también esta tarde iré a la fiesta de esta noche. ¿Quién viene a la fiesta? ¡Todos! Pues en la fiesta, además como buen trianero, la cervecita me gusta, aunque aquí no hay cruzcampo. Y si queréis podemos hablar allí, compartir experiencia y también yo saber por vuestra parte qué es lo que vosotros hacéis. Llega el tiempo al final. Esto ha sido un spoiler. Tenéis más a través de Twitter en la continuación de todo lo que hay. De aquí a Navidad. Muchísimas gracias. Sí, preguntas.
Igual que en experiencias con videos de instrucciones que se dice que hay un rango de tiempo de tener una exposición de video de un tema, en el punto 7 usted mencionó que debe ser corto el audio. ¿Es la misma experiencia que con el video?
Sí, mira, el corto, que no lo he explicado bien ahí, la definición de corto es tan corto como interesante sea el tema. Si el tema, tú capturas la atención de la persona, nos pasa también cuando escuchamos la radio nosotros. Si el tema nos interesa, lo ves entero. Si el tema está bien expresado, lo ves entero. Si el tema utiliza el lenguaje que el estudiante está acostumbrado porque es el argot de esa materia o el argot profesional, la duración da igual. Lo que sí te piden es eso, que más de 40 minutos no te pase. Y que si vas a ser muy largo, si vas a pasar de 40 minutos, te piden mejor hazme varios de menos duración y lo vas uniendo.
Evidentemente, escuchar solo sin un video.
Tienes que jugar mucho con metáforas. Tienes que jugar mucho con metáforas. Estás todo el tiempo con atención. Si yo cuando grabo un podcast, estoy todo el tiempo, imagina, o ahora sitúate en este momento, y ahora tienes delante, bueno, en mi caso es dibujo, pero arquitectura, y entonces puedo decir, ahora tienes delante ese edificio, y describo el edificio. Claro, ¿qué es lo que nos supone para nosotros? Es que nosotros no tenemos que dejar de leer, pero no leer nuestra información, sino leer novelas, para seguir aprendiendo de los literatos, de cómo cuentan las cosas. O sea, nosotros, los profesores, al final de cuentas, haciendo un audio, lo que somos grandes novelistas que hablamos. Es la forma de hacerlo. Siempre metiéndote en la situación, siempre diciendo, tienes que imaginar, tienes que estar en ese momento. Mira, es una paliza los primeros. O sea, una pesadilla, te lo juro. Pero cuando llevas 3 hechos, vuelas. Vuelas. Lo veréis cuando os montaba los vídeos que vais a ver a través del Twitter, que son 9 y se montaron la semana pasada porque voy de puñetero bólido. Los primeros me estaba acordando de toda mi familia por haber tomado la decisión de haber grabado los vídeos. A partir del segundo empecé a volar, porque ya pillas el ritmo, ya pillas la forma. Y sabes, bueno, los vídeos no sé, ya me lo contaréis vosotros cuando los veáis, pero yo lo veo con los audios de los estudiantes. Los primeros incluso, yo llegué a escribir los textos y leerlos. Y eso era una pesadilla. Y entonces dije, no, es que ni yo me aguanto. Entonces lo que hice fue marcar, es decir, yo una clase no la leo, yo la de ahora mismo no la acabo de leer. Tengo un guión, tengo unos puntos y voy mirándolo para no equivocarme y no saltármelo. Y a partir de vas hablando como le estás hablando a un amigo, o a un colega de tu área. Es verdad que a un nivel un poquito más bajo que a un compañero, pues yo los tengo en primero. Cuando los tengo en cuarto luego ya le subo ya muchísimo el nivel, pero en primero que están entrando, pues todavía vamos entrando con muchas comparaciones y muchas referencias, en mi caso, a cosas que han aprendido en el bachillerato, o sea, del lugar de donde vienen. Entonces nos supone eso, pues volver a leer libros, a mí me está sirviendo para disfrutar de la literatura en castellano, que es una maravilla, en catalán también es muy bonita y es alucinante, o sea que... Y la parte de Iberoamérica ya ni te digo, porque el imaginario a la hora de escribir allí es una maravilla para aprender nosotros. He visto una mano por aquí. No. ¿No hay preguntas por aquí? Yo me ilusión que a otro. Pues, lo dicho, la cervecita anima mucho para seguir preguntando y seguir hablando. Y gracias una vez más. Thank you very much.